Okay, this is Razer's brand new laptop, the Razer Book 13. It's not a Razer Blade, it's not a Stealth, it's the Razer Book. And what makes it special is that this is, well, it's the thinnest and the lightest and possibly the least expensive laptop that Razer's ever brought to market. And it's aimed at a completely different type of segment, right? Normally they make gaming laptops that are pretty powerful. This is aimed more for like the productivity segment. It's good for professionals, good for students, it's good for anyone who's looking for a laptop with premium build quality. So it's meant to compete with stuff like the XPS 13 and MacBooks and basically any kind of the premium Ultrabook that's out there. So let's just get into this thing. In terms of its size, it's very similar in size to the XPS 13. Like the footprint of it is almost identical, but we'll get into kind of a more detailed comparison to that in a little bit. But compared to the Razer Blade Stealth, so this is Razer's kind of thin and light gaming laptop right now, it's about 10% smaller, so nothing massive, but it is a noticeable shrink both in footprint and in weight of device. And it comes in this sweet silvery white color. I think they call it Mercury. And the best part of this colorway is that when you pop it open and you see that white keyboard with the chroma shining through it, that's a look. Now, when it's closed, the aluminum top and bottom panels kind of sandwich this plastic trim right in the middle. And this trim is the trim that goes around the screen. Normally on a Razer Blade laptop, it's aluminum the whole way around, but they have implemented this plastic trim. It doesn't look bad though. Like it doesn't feel bad. It's like a very hard plastic. And when it's closed, it still looks really nice. The backside is a little bit different. There's a gap as well as this large rubber strip that runs along the length of the back of the laptop. And its purpose, if you haven't guessed at this point, is that when you lift the screen, the keyboard pops up. And this is a mechanism we've seen on other devices, like other laptops made from other companies. But this is the first time we've seen it on a Razer device. And it serves two purposes. One, it lifts the laptop a little bit to give some better airflow underneath. Secondly, it kind of pops the keyboard to, I don't know, maybe 1-2 degrees of lift, and for some people they like that kind of tilt. It's not massive though, right? You can see like it's a very subtle tilt on that keyboard, but yeah, it's new for Razer's devices. So the keyboard itself is a very Razer-like keyboard. If you've used any Razer laptop in the past couple of years, this is the same type of keyboard. Chiclet keys that have awesome RGB lighting, and the layout takes a little bit of time to get used to, but I think most people who use this keyboard for a little bit of time will really like it. Now, I am partial to Razer's laptop keyboards. I've been using them for a while, so I'm just really comfortable on them. But I think the responsible thing for me to say is that if you've never used a Razer Blade keyboard before, and you've never used an XPS 13 keyboard before, chances are you're gonna like the XPS 13 keyboard faster. I think they're both excellent keyboards, but this one's just, I've always found this one like really easy to get used to, just for everybody. This one takes, I don't know, 15-20 minutes before you're super comfortable on it, but they're both good. Now, the Razer does have the advantage of really bright and colorful RGBs, if that matters to you. The trackpad's really good. It's got a glass surface, precision drivers, and it's got a pretty quiet click mechanic. It's a good trackpad. Speakers on the left and right. These sound good. They're pretty clear, but they don't have a lot of bass. They don't sound like MacBook Pro speakers. The screen. This is a new type of screen for Razer. It's got thin bezels all the way around. Even the bottom chin is thin. And it comes in 3 variants, 1080p, 1080p Touch, and 4K Touch. And all 3 of those have a 16:10 aspect ratio, so a little bit taller than your regular kind of gaming laptop screen. And it gives you a little more vertical room when it comes to doing anything on your device. This one is the 4K panel, and it's bright, it's good colors, it's a really nice screen. The webcam up top supports Windows Hello, so you can log into your system with just your facial biometrics, and there's seemingly 4 mics on that top bezel. Like there's 4 little holes, which I'm assuming help with noise cancellation on that mic. Alright, so the ports on this guy, there's 2 USB-C, which support Thunderbolt 4, there's an HDMI, there's a micro SD, and thankfully there's still a USB-A. I was convinced that if they were going to make a smaller laptop than their Stealth, that they would remove it because everybody else is doing it, but they kept USB-A. And I think on a device like this, which is meant for real people doing real work, this is a good thing to keep on the device. Now, internally, you have your 2 fans cooling a vapor chamber. You also have the replaceable or removable NVMe. It's all sitting on nice black PCB, which I always find neater and cleaner than like red or green PCBs. And you also have your 55 watt hour battery. This isn't a huge one, but they claim 14 hours of battery life. you're not going to get 14. There's no way. My test got 8.5 hours. That's still really good, right? It's a 4K screen, system of this caliber. It's solid, but it's just not 14 hours. Granted, this is a kind of like early pre-production unit, so the numbers can change with retail units, but don't expect 14 hours if that's what you were hoping for. Now, the performance on the Razer Book is pretty good. It's running 11th gen Core i5 or Core i7, up to 16 gigs of RAM. Its main strength, though, is that Iris Xe graphics, right? The GPU that's inside these systems is better than what AMD offers in their Ultrabooks right now. This is not a gaming laptop. It's not meant to compete with like anything that's gaming related. It's its own thing. It's a Ultrabook with good build quality, good performance. Again, this is not like a full, like a retail unit, so I can't do full proper benchmarking on it, but because of the vapor chamber and the 2 fans, I don't see this thing being a poor performer for an Intel-based Ultrabook. Okay, that basically wraps up this video. I'll probably be doing a full review on this thing in the relatively near future, but this is the new Razer Book 13. What do you think? Cool? Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. See you guys next time.